industry that I don't particularly believe in. One of them is, I mean, there there's a lot of scent control products out there, and obviously scent control is very important. But there's some scent control products out there that I just don't buy. I don't believe in what they're doing and what they're saying that it's going to do. Um, no matter what product you have or what product you're using, you're not going to completely eliminate your scent. I don't care what
No,
that
you're not.
It's very
yeah
difficult. Yeah.
what that product or that manufacturer claims.
Yeah.
It's not happening. I mean, throughout the day, whether you realize it or not, you're sweating, you're secreting odor from certain glands throughout your body, and no scent product out there is going to stop that from happening. And so, scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Um, so, I mean, I still do scent elimination. Like I use the body wash products, and I wash my hair in it. And like I do laundry, I spray everything. But when it comes to like ozone products and stuff, I use that very limited. You will not see me spend $600 on a unit, ozonics
Yeah.
unit. You won't do it. You
Well, it's
won't
hard.
find me.
It's hard too because I'm with you on that. Like, there's got to be some moderation there, and I'm not pro or against any product out there. As you guys know, use what you want to use. I don't care. But I will say, like, I second that thought of you get in your truck, you out of your truck. Well, if you've spent all this time with scent elimination, right? You're gonna go hunt. Well, you got to get to the hunt somehow. You're gonna sit in the truck and sit in UTV. Can't tell me you don't have some gasoline somewhere, or some Axe body spray you add on, something on that fabric of that truck. Heck, just sweat, from just working and getting your truck seat. There's got to be some sort of cross contamination going on somewhere. You can't eliminate 100% of everything. So I agree with that 100%.
Right. Absolutely. 100%. And that makes it tough too. Like you said, you've got to get out in the woods sometime. You're not going to spend an hour in the morning making sure everything's scent free. I do everything and make sure everything's good to go usually the night before. But I wake up in the morning, I throw my stuff on, I'm going. I'm gone. I don't waste my time on it. I make sure everything's good to go the night before. But yeah, you're absolutely right about it being in the fabric of your car and whatnot. That stuff isn't going to go away. I tried the ozone odor remover you put in your car. You plug into the cigarette lighter. I mean, it might help out in a little bit, but more than to go to take that out of your cigarette lighter and not even 30 minutes, maybe 5 minutes even, you're back to smelling what you smelled before you plugged it in my experience. So what's the point?
Yeah. Well, and that being said, too, a lot of these products, and they're great, hands down. Sometimes, they work, sometimes they work really good. But I also love to leave it up to the hunter as his or her choice as to how deep you want to go into it. You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to scent elimination, how far do you want to go? That's to me a choice the hunter makes, he or she. I go to the point where I wash even the pods, I spray down with some stuff. I generally kind of leave it there. Have I been burned by it? Probably. But we talked Kevin earlier in the episode where my dad was sitting in a tree stand. He's gonna whip out a Starlight Mint and eat it during bow hunting, and I'm like, dude, probably don't want to do that. It's a really weird smell. Deer's ever smelled before, and of course it burned him on a big buck. But sometimes there are guys we said before they'll smoke in the tree stand and they get away with it depending on where you're at.
We talked about it before. It depends like where you're hunting too. If you're hunting, these suburban deer, they're used to smelling all kinds of different stuff, right?
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're the deer are any less dumb. They're just used to certain smells. You go to a rural area and hunt where the deer, they're not around much of that at all, and then you're just walking through the woods just stinking it up.
Yeah,
They're gonna smell that.
You might have some deer that are suburban deer. They're used to huffing strawberry vape down the corridor.
Yeah,
So,
right.
They might be used to that smell. I mean, it depends where you're at.
I mean, like at a certain point, it's got to take it takes the fun out of it. I mean, like you said, spending $600 on ozonics. I'm not saying ozonics doesn't work, but it's a lot of money to spend. Sometimes it just if you got the money to spend it. But yeah, I'm another one that I'm not at that point where I'm buying that. I'm not.
I ran into that the other day. I had a good conversation with a guy, and I didn't want to get too
Play the
far into
wind.
the weeds with it, but I ran in that same situation the other day. He was talking about, broadhead flight and saying that all mechanicals, because these mechanicals, a lot of them have, blades slightly hanging out. They are going to be variable, just like a fixed blade. And I agreed with him. And I said, but there's one that doesn't. And we, not to get too far into the Clovis, but, I told him, like, listen, the blades lock down. They don't oscillate. They don't vibrate. They're on that magnet, can't move. You're going to get laser precision from point A to impact. And I can promise you 0 pre-deployment. So for me, when you select a product and or whatever you're going out and buying and supporting, there should be a reason you're doing it. And there's a reason why I shoot personally Easton full metal jacket arrows. I like how hard they hit. I do like the fact that there's a aluminum wrap of that carbon fiber. For me, it's the arrow that I choose to use, even though there's a ton of other great arrows out there that guys tend to use. That's what I'm using, and that's what I'm selecting. So, whether it's my broadhead or somebody else's broadhead, shoot what you want to shoot. But it's just like, use the gear. I think Josh kind of said this. Use the gear you want to use. It's going to get your job done, not somebody else's job.
Well, there's so many products on the market nowadays. A lot of guys, they'll buy something, they'll have good results with it, and they'll just stick with it, and then they'll swear by it. But then they haven't tried anything else to really talk down on another product. You know what I mean? So it all depends what you're having results with. If you're not having good results with something, switch it. But a lot of us have, tried 1 or 2 products and we're happy with the results and we don't switch it.
For sure.
Absolutely. And to add, like it comes down, what it comes down to is just personal preference. And, there's a difference between, like, this is hard for me to even explain, but it's true. Like you said, suburban deer is going to smell this, that, and the other, and they're going to be more familiar. I agreed to that to an extent. Every situation is different. My place in Braxton County that I hunt at, it's extremely rural. Like, I'm 2 miles from the hard road, 23 miles from civilization. The deer up there should be, if I was look from the outside looking in, they should be this deer that's spooky on everything. But they're not. Especially during the summer months when you get closer to hunting season, you can almost throw a rock at them and they just look at you and be like, "Why'd you do that for?"
Right. Right.
I also think it has to do with it. I mean, obviously, it's a bunch of variables. It's the population density. It's how many the hunting pressure that's around. I think a lot of it has to do with it. So there's so many variables that go into this. It's crazy.
And that's where all the non-hunters go, dude, they get hit by cars, they're stupid. And I'm like, you don't have a clue. You don't understand what they know. They know. You step out there with a weapon, they know exactly what the heck's going on.
Deer are extremely smart. On the flip side of what I was saying, I've went to hunt in Kanawha County in West Virginia, up Campbell's Creek, where I grew up at, and they're completely different than the deer that I'm been hunting, in Braxton County, the place that I was just talking about. They're suburban deer. I mean, houses everywhere up and down Campbell's Creek. They've seen humans. They get fed and everything. They smell everything. But you go and hunt them, it doesn't. And even if you don't hunt them, you go up in the woods and you just scout. I mean, you're not going to see one, and if you do, they're gone. I mean, it's crazy. So, I mean, it depends on where you're at. And like you said, the density of the population and hunting pressure and things like that definitely comes into account. But I really think that different parts of the country, like it could even be something as small as a different county, like the deer, and their mentality and how they react to certain things are completely different. Like, they say animals have personalities, and deer definitely do. And deer are extremely smart.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
And depending on the time of season too, I know we're getting into we're going to get close early season here in Ohio at the end of September. And, I just, like I told Kenny last week, I'm kind of waiting more toward Halloween probably to go out quite a bit, just because our bigger deer don't tend to move a whole lot. You'll see them, off in the distance in bean fields right now. Like, our beans are starting to turn yellow. So the deer are starting to kind of migrate to the edges where the green soybeans are still, and kind of munching on the edges where they aren't yellow. And then you'll kind of see them disappear for a while, and then they'll change and the bachelor groups break up. So Josh, I'm sure you're watching your deer same situation. Like they change so rapidly over time, even the course of a week or two.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. We got a lot of standing corn, so they get held up in the standing corn a lot. They have no reason to really come out.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
like I'm like a lot of people like to throw out corn all the time. So I don't know. I just like to go hunt and like around me, these big bucks aren't eating at a corn pile in the daylight. Maybe the first week of the season,
yeah.
but after that, you're not going to catch them at a corn pile usually in the daylight.
I tell you
So
what, as far as feed, that PNR Whitetail Supreme stuff, man, that's crazy. Like I'm I wouldn't even bring it up. Like if it didn't work, like I have put out 250 pounds of feed in a spot that I haven't been feeding at all, and it's gone within a week. It's nuts.
Just mash it. Huh?
Yeah.
big holes in the ground.
Yeah, I've had some mineral licks this summer.
Uh-huh.
One ran out. They ate the whole thing. They're just they're barreling to China, man. They got a big old divot down. They're just going to town in that soil.
Uh-huh.
That's
big old hole.
The place that I have been feeding, the PNR Whitetail Supreme and whatnot, it's this like the ground is just completely tore up. I mean, it is literally the size of probably a 30 by 30 area. It's insane.
Wow. That's getting
awesome.
all they can. That's getting all they can. That's cool.
Yeah.
So I guess when it comes to, a couple questions I have for you, Josh, when it comes to TV hunts, TV versus YouTube versus internet these days, would you agree? We've brought this up before too. People aren't sitting down and watching, a lot of longer length hunting shows anymore. They want to see the real hunts. They don't want to see just celebrities hunting. They want to see, you and your kids or Kevin, his kids out, myself. They want to watch a real hunt where you sometimes fail,
Well, my opinion on that is mixed. I mean, I feel that, this generation and, older generations of whatnot has gotten kind of spoiled on the action side of things. They want to just see the kill shots, which is cool. That's fine. But then you have the dedicated viewers that want to actually see the hunt and how it unfolds. They're interested in the story. And so I'd say I have a mixed opinion on that, really.
Yeah, I feel like just watching the kill shots isn't really gonna. I mean, that's fun and all, but it's not really. You're not really gonna learn anything from it. Like if, like, say you film something and you made a mistake, you're like, you probably just learned something right there. We all, a lot of us watch this stuff to learn and do better and grow as a hunter. So I feel like just watching kill shots isn't really teaching you much.
Yeah, and I think, Josh, that's what I was getting at. The point I was making is it's not just a kill anymore, Josh. It's like if it is a TV show, if it is on YouTube, the people want to experience the hunt with you. You know what I'm saying? They want to be there. They want to hear the story. They don't just want to see kill after kill because you can do that on YouTube all day long.
Absolutely. And, that's the thing about hunting or any obtainable skill. There's always something to be learned. And I feel that learning that from a different perspective, whether it be a TV show or whatnot, is definitely a viable option. And I totally agree with you. We see stuff on TV all the time, something messed up for whatever hunter, and we're able to learn from a different perspective, seeing through them. And that's a great thing to have. How many times have you been a field and made a mistake and you wish you wouldn't have made it? What if you had learned that before through somebody else?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. There's always something to learn out there. I know a lot of people were kind of pissed at me because during that water buffalo hunt, I didn't have my GoPro on when it was chasing us through the woods trying to kill us. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't reach up and hit the freaking button, but I'd shut it off because I made the kill shot, it was over. And then it all kind of went down. And now I'm like, dang, I'm should it'd have been right in your face. I'm a sapling. And I'm like, dang, that'd have been a cool footage, but unfortunately didn't remember to hit the GoPro on, guys. I'm sorry about that. They're like, dang you, Miller, you almost died. Why you
could have left it on? Right.
Yeah, right. At least catch your death on video. Like if it
Right.
good,
Right. Yeah. Just tell them to time out next time. Just
no
to hold up.
doubt. Yeah,
Let me
hold up
turn
here.
this on real quick.
Yeah, quit flaring your nostrils, girl. Just let me get it turned on.
Oh man.
But that's
Yes.
the kind of stuff, Josh. I think people want to see. That's the raw stuff, like
Oh yeah.
our podcast. I don't really edit that much of podcast. Like if we have someone's Wi-Fi cutting in and out, I mean, I'm not gonna like edit the whole thing to be prismatic. And this is what people want. They want real discussion and to see the raw situation of like this is what we're talking about, and it relates to men's health and mental health and family and like all these things. I think Josh, I don't know, in your TV show, you guys get into like the story of family too? Like, is some background to this?
Yeah, definitely. One of the episodes that I'm going to come out with this season, I'm definitely going to dedicate to my grandfather because he raised me. He took me on when I was 4 years old, and I started hunting when I was 4 years old because of him. He took me out, and I definitely would like to kind of touch up a little bit on my family background this season, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of going to show that, and I showed that a little bit last season too, with my daughter, taking her hunting and things. She got her first bow kill with a crossbow last season. It was episode 4, and she had an amazing time. And then episode 5, she went and got her another deer with a gun. And the season finale, she had shot at her first big buck, hit it, and we couldn't find it. She learned a lesson. Yep.
Get that first heartbreak out of the way.
Oh yeah, but and let me tell you, when I tell you she was heartbroken, and she is looking for some redemption. She's ready. She wants to get out there. Yeah, she is ready. She wants to get out there and get a big buck this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I know those cool fall mornings we've been having really, really get you. You get up in the morning, and you get outside and you can just feel the air starting to cool off, and that wants to get the tree stand real quick.
Yeah, our season opened last Friday. This is like the first opening weekend I haven't been hunting and since I was a kid. So I might try one morning this weekend. So, Josh, when does your season open?
It opens September 28th here in West Virginia. I am hunting in other places. I'm not hunting just in West Virginia, but
I gotcha.
Yeah, like I had just went to Alabama this past weekend. I got 3 hogs on the ground, and that is going to be my episode 1. I had a great time. It was awesome. And then, of course, season opens here the 28th of September. I'm going to be hunting around here. And I'm also going to be hunting in Ohio. There's a few places in Ohio that I'm going to go try out, some public lands and whatnot. And if I get something, or if I don't, I might film or edit even if I don't get anything and throw it up. I'm just, like I said, I'm all about having fun. And then I'm going to hunt in Kentucky in November, and I might be going back down to Mississippi in December. I'm not sure yet. And I'll be going back to Alabama in December for another deer hunt and maybe another hog hunt. So
it's a busy schedule.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm definitely having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see that.
What is your what's like one of your most exciting hunts? If you could hunt something, what would you like to hunt? Worldwide or US, or what's your dream hunt?
Sorry.
What's your bucket list dream hunt? Like, what would you, if you could hunt anything on the planet, United States, what's your bucket list hunt? Like, what is the coolest thing you want to get out?
Definitely elk. And I am attempting to put that together for next season. We have planned for August to go to Washington State. And so that is going to be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to get anything or not, but I want to try. Elk would be a dream come true for sure, especially if I get lucky and they're bugling at the time. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be unbelievable.
Yeah. I can't imagine elk bugling. I mean, we got Sitka deer here, which is part of the elk family here in Maryland, and they bugle, but they're not, obviously they're tiny. They're not as big as an elk. I can only imagine one of those bugling up close.
Oh, I know.
That's what I'm saying. That, and another dream hunt of mine is grizzly bear. Call me crazy, but I want to shoot a grizzly bear with a bow.
That's tough. That would be that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd roll a dice on that one. For me personally, I'd freaked out
Not a
about black
grizzly.
bear enough, but man,
Yeah,
grizzly,
right.
I don't know.
See, I just took my bow black bear hunting. I was sitting on the ground at 15 yards away from a bait barrel. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're more afraid up there of people getting attacked by moose, and I had moose 10 feet away from me on the ground. So, but a grizzly bear, that's a whole different beast right there. You
That's like
just
a
hear the
different world.
story that came out that the guy shot, I think the grizzly like 28 times before he put it down. He was bow hunting a grizzly and got attacked. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're fast.
Yeah, that's
too.
a whole different. Yeah, that's a whole different like grizzly bear, black bear, whole different beast.
Black bear is afraid of you. Grizzly bear is not.
They just want to kill you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they don't care.
Yeah.
No.
That'd be high level. Yeah, I like.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you probably have to get within 30 yards of the grizzly with a vertical bow? I'm guessing. Take one of those things down. Probably 30 and under.
Close enough.
Can't imagine. Yeah, I don't know. I can't imagine that. That's
that's
terrifying.
Yeah, that makes the hair stand up on your neck.
Yeah. I've done a lot of hunting, but when I see grizzly, the grizzly probably freaks me out the most. The bow hunting grizzly would flip me out.
I probably. I can't. I don't know. I can't sit here and say like I wouldn't do it, but yeah, I agree with you. That'd probably be one of the craziest ones.
Yeah, well, you have those experiences. You have those hunts where like it could be dangerous and they're not, and you kind of start to let your guard down. Like, oh, let's just send it on anything, And then you have a few of those situations where you're almost dying. You go, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you're coming off a water buffalo chasing you down. Yeah, you're probably a little bit more on edge than I am.
Oh yeah, especially when I'm like almost taking my girlfriend and my mom on this hunt. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad you guys didn't go. It could have been real bad, real fast.
Golly.
I don't know what I would have done. I mean, it's like Josh, you got your guide's there, and he looks at you. He goes effing run. That's when you drop it. I mean, I didn't drop it. I had the crossbow, but I'm going where?
Right.
That'd be the moment you definitely wish you brought a change of underwear.
No doubt. Yeah. It's like you're thinking, well, they're real big. I've always heard zigzagging might help.
Were you able to carry a sidearm?
No, no one had a sidearm. So I had the second. Thankfully, I had the second bolt loaded in the crossbow, and I would have put it through it if it had gotten on the guys in the ground. My dad, the guide, I had enough space. I was at 30, and I turned behind a tree, and she wasn't watching me, but she was focusing on them, and I knew, I had the safety off, thinking I'm gonna have to put one through this thing if it pins one of these guys down,
Right.
It was something. It changed my mind a little bit about pursuing dangerous game, spot and stalk, depending on how close you want to get.
Right. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But
so, Josh, as far as the wrap up here tonight, what do you want to get out there to viewers? What would you like people to know about you? And kind of wrapping up, what do you want to get out there?
Yeah. So, I'd just like to encourage people to check us out. You can go on the internet and check us out on our website, joshwhiteoutdoors.com. And we're also on Facebook, Josh White's Outdoor Adventures. So check us out. We're going to be on the Pursuit channel starting January 2025. And be on the lookout before long. I look for us to put a trailer together, a little sizzle video. It'll be going up. That's going to be cool. And then, man, I really appreciate all the support that I've got. Outdoor Pro Shop for being a sponsor. Thanks, Kevin. And
You're welcome.
Then, yeah, man. And then, we've got TNR Whitetail Supreme, Bilson Arms. We've got Buck Max, Bub and Mothers to come back on board with us. When just all the people that put into this, I couldn't do it without them.
It's only going to continue to grow.
Oh yeah, we're going to continue to grow. And, I still think it's amazing. I'm in disbelief that I went from being on YouTube just a couple years ago to now I'm going to be on the Pursuit channel. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations from all of
great.
us. I know both Kevin and I understand how much work it takes to put in this type of thing, and dedication and time required, especially just to come on tonight. So thank you for what you do. Thank you for getting out there and and promoting hunting across the community and the country and worldwide, and also just kind of doing it real and showing people what family hunting looks like and what real stories are.
We'll have to get him back on after a couple of these episodes release.
We'd like to, for sure.
Yeah.
Come back on. Let's talk.
Absolutely.
Again.
Shoot, yeah, let's do it, man. Love it.
All right, Josh. Thanks for coming on tonight. You take care.
Thank you. You as well.
See you.